My mom invited me to a quick family dinner, then sat me alone in a corner because she needed space for the real group. 2 weeks later, those same people were pounding on my door, furious that I finally let them pay their own bill. I didn't expect it to end with my car window smashed. I didn't expect to learn how much of their life I'd been funding. I was 30, lived on my own, and still got treated like the family ATM. The last time we went out, I got stuck with almost $900 while my dad laughed. Good thing Elena's got no kids to feed. Everyone laughed like it was cute. So when I walked into the restaurant and saw them at the big window table, my stomach felt tight. I waved. My mom smiled, pointed behind her, and said, "You can sit there. We need space for the real group." She turned back around like she'd just ordered water. I sat at the half-lit table by the bathrooms and ordered an old-fashioned. Then I slid my card to the waiter and nodded at my family. "Everything from that table goes on them. Mine's just this drink." He paused, then nodded like he understood. They ordered like there was no such thing as a bill. Wine, appetizers, steaks, the whole show. My sister took photos. My mom snapped her fingers for service. I sipped my drink and waited. Then my dad's voice cut across the room. "Why is it over $1,700? I stood up, walked over, and put on my sweetest smile. "I paid for everything," I said, even tipped. Their faces lit up. I waved and walked out. I didn't make it to my car before I heard it flip. He only paid for his drink. Elena. I drove off. The next morning, my parents showed up at my apartment. My dad pushed past me, slapped a crumpled receipt on my counter, $2,100, and started pacing. "We raised you better. You embarrassed us. Your uncle had to cover the tip." My mom did the soft voice. "Elena, we just thought you'd help." I leaned on the counter and said, "You're mad because I treated you exactly the way you treat me." My dad stormed out, my mom right behind him. 10 minutes later, I heard a sharp crack outside. I ran to the window. My driver's side glass was gone. A rock sat on my seat. My dad jogged back to the car, and they drove off. I opened my laptop and pulled up my security footage. It was my dad, clear as day, throwing the rock through my window. I filed a police report and handed over the video. By the end of the week, he paid $420 out of pocket. That was the moment I stopped pretending this was just family drama. I logged into the shared family expenses account I'd been funding for 9 months. I'd been sending $2,000 a month because they claimed they were struggling. The history was salon days, dinners, shopping, and my sister labeling a concert as a campus emergency. I changed the passwords, removed the transfers, and shut it down. My phone blew up. My aunt texted, "There must be a mistake." My sister sent one line, "What the hell, Elena?" A week later, my parents came back with pastries and fake warmth, talking about unity, like a hug should reset everything. Then they suggested another dinner. I agreed and picked an expensive place. They ordered big again, like they'd already decided I'd fold. Near the end, I stood up calmly. "My boyfriend's calling, I'll be right back." I nodded at the waiter, slipped out the side door, and drove home. They showed up furious within the hour. My dad called me petty. My mom said I was tearing the family apart. I let them talk until my sister finally paused to breathe. "Who do you think has been paying your tuition?" I asked. The room froze. $30,000 a year, I said. 4 semesters. Quietly. "You're welcome." My dad tried. "That's not the point." "No," I said. "That is the point. The shared account is shut. The tuition is done. Figure it out." After that, they tried guilt, then anger, then telling relatives I was unstable. My cousin saw the account screenshots and said, "They don't see you as a person. They see you as a function." She was right. So I left. I signed a lease in another state, moved my money back into my own accounts, canceled future tuition payments, and pulled the $12,000 emergency fund I'd built because it was never for emergencies. 2 months later, my uncle called. "Your dad's working weekends at an auto shop," he said. "Your mom sold the SUV and started clipping coupons. Your sister's working nights near campus." Then quieter. "They told me they know they ruined something with you. They said if you ever come home, they'll ask for forgiveness and mean it." I don't trust speeches anymore. I trust patterns. And maybe the pattern only changed because I stopped financing it. What would you do visit to see if their change is real? Or stay gone and protect your peace?